Yes, they certainly are, Krish. We're in East Belfast. Welcome to Clara Street. Cameron at number 42 will be doing a karaoke number just after 8, and that's the scene on the street here. Amanda, by the way, at number 22, has a niece who's a paramedic in Sunderland, so hello to Amanda's niece. They were all out on the street here last Thursday night. They're trying to match that again, but louder as we come to 8 o'clock. So that's the scene here on Clara Street in East Belfast.
Thanks, Porrick. Let's go to Manchester and Claire.
Good evening from Ancoats, where all around us, people are just starting to come out onto their balconies. And I'm not sure how much you can make out of the laser display that's going on around us here, but every so often, those lasers spell out the words, clap for our carers. I was chatting before to the chap who is up on one of those top balconies up there. It's his laser machine, his smoke machine that's going up there. He told us he used to be a DJ. That's the last bit of kit he's got left. I asked him why he's doing it. He said, why not? He just wants to show his appreciation. And so in the next few minutes, when it turns 8 o'clock, I think this will be quite a sight and quite something to hear as all the people on all of these balconies, they're starting already, they're a bit early, start to clap for the NHS.
And so it starts. And so another extraordinary and emotional show of unity around the United Kingdom as people say thank you to the doctors, the nurses, receptionists, ancillary workers, the porters, the maternity unit workers, and everybody who is taking on and doing everything they can to keep the United Kingdom healthy at this most risky of times. Well, joining me now are two of those NHS staff, Dr Raphael Olaiya, who works in acute and emergency medicine at the Lewisham and Greenwich Hospitals Trust, and Dr Tom Gardiner, who's a junior doctor working in elderly care here in London, and a member of the executive committee of the left-wing Fabian Society. Tom, first of all, I mean, how does it feel to hear that and be on the receiving end of it?
Yeah, it's incredibly moving and hugely appreciated. You know, obviously we're in a situation now where everyone's under immense pressure, and to have this appreciation shown by people all over the country really does mean a lot. So thank you everyone at home, everyone working in NHS, everyone working in social care as well, is hugely appreciative of what you're doing this evening and what you did last week as well.
And Raphael, let me come to you. It's so lovely to see you with all your colleagues there. How does it feel to be on the receiving end of that?
It's absolutely overwhelming. The support that we've been receiving over the past few weeks allows us to keep our energy levels up and to remain motivated to be on the front line. And every day it makes the difference. I'm here with some of my fantastic colleagues, nurses and other doctors. Guys, have you got anything to say?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you. We really
We are all
appreciate it.
tired, but we won't give up.
And on the front lines,
Always looking
every
for
day,
your hand.
sorry, 1 second. Every day, there's risks, there's things that can get us down, but the support, it really keeps us going. So thank you.
I mean, we have been talking to doctors about what you've been experiencing and what you've been going through a lot. I mean, how does it feel for you as somebody going through this, going through something that you will probably never have experienced anything quite like this before, despite all the experience you have?
First of all, it's not easy, and there's physical pressures because there's lots of energy we need to expend. There's mental pressures because lots of stress is on us at every level of medicine and nursing and everyone in healthcare. And thirdly, emotional. The decisions that are made on every level of the hierarchy in healthcare, they're difficult decisions. But we know that everyone's heart is in the right place. And when everyone's heart is in the right place, we'll do our best to make the right decision. So that's what keeps us moving forward, and the support only adds to that.
Tom, let me bring you back in. I mean, I imagine this is an experience that will change all of you forever.
Yeah, as you said, I'm a junior doctor. I've only been a doctor for about 8 months. So all of this is incredibly new for me. And this situation, it's clear that even some of the most senior and experienced colleagues that I know and across the country are finding very difficult as well. So I've had a lot of moments over the last couple of weeks that have really hit home, have been very emotional, as I'm sure have colleagues across the country. But having this support from people across the country and the support from our colleagues and our seniors is keeping us going.
Can I just briefly ask you both? I mean, Tom, first of all, do you feel hopeful that we can get through this?
Yeah, I mean, I am hopeful that we can get through this, but as the Prime Minister told us last weekend, things will probably get worse before they get better, and that is very difficult to reconcile, and I think it's going to require a huge national effort on more levels than one, from public health to just keeping up morale in general to get through this. We will get through it, but I suspect it will change our healthcare system and society as we know it. So Tom, it's going to be tricky.
Raphael, I mean, again, do you feel hopeful as you go into work?
First of all, the support from our colleagues in the public makes us very hopeful, but the actual numbers behind it, that's what we look at to make our decisions. And as a data science student, a master's student, the numbers are somewhat, there's a level of insecurity, and the numbers aren't 100% clear what's going to happen. However, following the trends that have been shown to us from the statistics and the epidemiological models, things look like our efforts to self-isolate should get better over the next few weeks, said Matt Hancock and the other officials. So we're hopeful, and the numbers seem to agree with that. And that's all we can do, really, look at the statistics and the numbers.
Well, we always say thank you at the end of interviews, but this is a really special thank you to everyone there. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
We really
applauded outside, continuing to put themselves at risk across the country. But it's not just medics in hospitals, as an increasing number of people are being treated by GPs in their own homes. One team in Stockport say they've been relying on charities and schools to supply their personal protective equipment, as our North of England correspondent Claire Fannin now reports.
So I'm just starting my shift with the acute home visiting team for Stockport, and I'm with the hot team today, which means I'm going to be visiting patients who have suspected coronavirus or confirmed coronavirus.
It's the start of another 8 till 8 shift. Dr. Tim Merchant doesn't yet know how many seriously ill patients he'll see today, but the last few days have given him an idea.
I had a patient last night at 8 o'clock in the evening, and she was very poorly and couldn't meet me at the door. This lady really, through various reasons that she'd discussed with our family, for various reasons didn't want to go to the hospital.
For every home the GP goes to, he needs a new set of personal protection kit.
I always try and explain to patients why we've got that PPE on, and that is to protect them as well as us. It can be intimidating, obviously, for the patients, and you actually sometimes feel like you've lost that humanistic connection with the patient when you've got goggles and a mask.
It's purely just to check in with you and check to see that you're all right given the current situation with coronavirus.
Back at base in Stockport, this GP federation is dealing with an unprecedented number of calls.
I think it's been really a tough and sort of rapid escalation in terms of the patients and the way that they're presenting and the impact that will have on the system.
You were on social media asking schools to bring PPE for you. There's not enough to go around at the moment, is there, in reality?
As a federation, we've not been part of the national distribution list, so we have, our supply to date has been from donations, from charities, from schools, from other organisations. So that has been, a real challenge, but I understand that that's going to change